A quick lesson on how spin will affect your volleys at the net. So I've recently been coaching a high school team, and we had tryouts the other day, and I saw one of the boys miss 2 consecutive overheads in back-to-back games directly in the net. They were easy overheads, they were right on top of the net, and I see this all the time at the club level, and a lot of the time I can even predict it before they hit the volley. It typically happens on overheads or high forehand or high backhand volleys, a lot of times on transition volleys as well. And in this scenario, what happened was the player was on this side, the opponent was on this side. The opponent hit a slice backhand, so the ball is spinning this way. And the player on this side, who I gave the lesson to afterwards, hit the overhead and it went straight in the net. And I asked him afterwards, okay, when the ball is spinning this way and it hits your strings, what's going to happen? And he said, it's going to go down. Correct. So it's going to hit your strings and go down. So what adjustments do you need to make? And he said, I need to open my racket face more. And that is a common phrase that you'll hear from a lot of coaches and a lot of players. Open your racket face more on your volleys. I think it can be helpful, but I think what's actually more helpful is just to tell them to aim long or aim higher, because when you tell them to aim long, their focus remains on the ball rather than focusing on their racket. And when you tell them to aim long, they're naturally going to open their racket face more anyways. So you don't have to talk about the racket, you don't have to talk about the technique. You just tell them where to aim, and then they'll adjust the technique accordingly. And that's what happened with this kid. So in this scenario, he started to notice the different spins that the opponent was hitting when he approached the net and made those adjustments. If the opponent was hitting a slice backhand or a slice forehand, he would aim a little bit longer. Sometimes you want to aim for the baseline or a little bit past it. If it were a topspin lob, for example, then you can get away with aiming a little shorter, knowing that the ball will spin off of your racket and go up a little bit. So keep that in mind next time you're out there on the court hitting volleys. Just be aware of the type of spin that your opponent is hitting.